Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt and I like video games. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Microsoft's marketing issue. So stay tuned. So as of right now, it is August 28th at 11:40 p.m. and we still don't know the price of the upcoming Xbox Series X and PS5. And we're only a few short months away from the launch of these consoles. I mean, this is a pretty huge problem for both consoles. By now, the price should have been nailed down and we should already have our pre-orders made for day one. But that just isn't the reality that we find ourselves in right now. And there is another problem lurking for Microsoft, and that is the marketing for their console. I mean, back in December at the VGAs, Microsoft came out swinging with the unveil of their Xbox Series X, and they even had a nice shiny Hellblade 2 trailer to go with it. And in the months to follow, we got deep dives on the hardware inside the box, we got two showcases, one in May, one in July, but since then it's been pretty much silence. And considering that this was supposed to be the month that we finally heard about Lockhart and potentially more games, I gotta say it's kind of disheartening. And I think this all comes down to Xbox's marketing, or the lack of marketing, I guess I should say. I mean, all these quote-unquote hardcore gamers know the facts, and they know that the Xbox Series X is the more powerful console. But to most gamers, to the average gamer, that just doesn't matter. The average gamer just sees what's being marketed to them, and they buy accordingly. And what's being marketed right now is the PS5. I mean, there's an entire ad spot online for the freaking triggers in their controller. It's insane. And you can say whatever you want about Sony, but their marketing is at an absolutely god tier level. Like, I don't know if any of you folks watched Gamescom opening night live, but they had an award for the best PlayStation game, and what game do you think won? Maybe God of War, maybe Spider-Man, Uncharted 4, what about Last of Us 2? Well, it was none of those games, it was Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 won the Best PlayStation Game Award. Think about that for a second. I mean, that is some genius level marketing on Sony's part. Think of the average person watching that. Think of a mom who sees that and says, oh, that's the game my son or my daughter's been talking about. Looks like I'll have to get them a PS5 this Christmas. Now, obviously, anyone watching any of my videos probably already knows that Cyberpunk will not only be on both the Xbox Series X and Series S, but it will likely look and play best on the Series X as well. But a lot of consumers just aren't in the know on that kind of thing, and they just buy what's in front of them, and what's in front of them right now is the PlayStation 5. And I've stated in previous videos that I think that this will be a tough year for Xbox with the delay of Halo Infinite. But honestly, Halo Infinite being delayed, it should just make them ramp up marketing even more, not taper it back. Maybe you can throw some money at Ubisoft and show us some Assassin's Creed Valhalla running on the Series X hardware. Or maybe even just show us the Forza Horizon 4 upgrade running at 4K 60 on the Series X. I mean, there's thousands of games coming over from the previous gen, and a lot of these games have next gen upgrades. I mean, show us some of those games running on Xbox Series X. Because right now, the only thing that we've seen gameplay wise that looks next gen is Ratchet and Clank. And honestly, I think that's a problem for both Sony and Microsoft. The problem though is that PS5 can afford to half-ass a launch and Xbox just can't. And it's obvious that this whole pandemic has thrown a serious damper onto the plans that both of these companies had for the launch marketing of these consoles. But the difference is that PS5 continues to have its name out there. It's just mindshare at this point. I mean, even the whole joking about Bugsnax thing is just mindshare for Sony. Just like Halo Infinite, the whole Craig meme was just mindshare for Xbox. And don't get me wrong, Microsoft is still doing stuff. I mean, just this month they've put out like 5 solid games, and that's great, but it just doesn't generate hype for your new console. And all in all, I'm not here to say it's all doom and gloom for Xbox, but it certainly does seem like they severely need a marketing push. For example, look back at some of the marketing that was done during the Xbox 360 era. I mean, it seemed like Microsoft's marketing team was on the top of their game during that generation, and they certainly need to get back to that. I mean, just show us some gameplay on an actual Xbox Series X system. We know it's the world's most powerful console. I mean, it's on paper, it's facts. You can look this up, it's there, you can see it. It is the world's most powerful console. But the average person needs to see it to believe it. And anything you show can go a long way to gaining any sort of mindshare before the launch of the console. But what do you guys think? What do you think Microsoft needs to do to get mindshare back in their favor? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Leave a like if you liked the video, and please subscribe if you would be so kind. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.